studying surface tension. Previous class में हम कौन हिला रहे? कौन discussion हिला previous class में viscosity सरतला, problem सरतला. पहले आज surface tension start करेगा तो हमको क्या idea है कि what is surface tension? What is surface tension? Whenever you put a pin inside water, suppose you will put a pin slowly on top of water. Suppose water is in a beaker and you are putting one pin slowly on the top of it. So what will happen? What do you think? The pin will drown, budi jivo, or it will float? Some are saying float and some are saying drown. Actually it's both. Thing is, if you will put that pin very slowly on the top of the surface of the water or liquid, some kind of liquid, then that pin will float. But if you will put pressure on that pin, it will drown. ठीक है, प्रेशर पके देले से बुड़ी जिवो कि जदि तुमे स्लोली ताको न रखो इवनली ताहले भी बुड़ी जिवो. Why? This is because of surface tension. Another important interesting fact is raindrops are spherical in shape. Raindrops are spherical in shape. Why is that? That is also because of surface tension. Also you have seen some insects like water strider, that ran across that. Generally when you see, they run across the liquid surface or water surface. That is also possible because of surface tension. So there are a lot of interesting facts about surface tension. So first we will see that what is this surface tension and why is it occurring? Why there is surface tension? See, what happens? Suppose there is a liquid here and it consists of all the liquid molecules. Okay, but see the density of liquid molecules. Here it is one layer of liquid molecules. Here you have another layer. Here another layer. So basically, this is the example of insect running over the water and pin floating. Suppose you will remove that cloth also, that cloth will be removed and the pin will be floating on top of water. Okay, but if you will add detergent to it, detergent means you know that soap detergent used for washing clothes. If you will add that, then it will sink because the surface tension, the film, because of surface tension, the film that is present on the top of the water will get thin. Okay, so basically what happens in surface tension, a thin layer is created upon the top of the liquid. Why is that? That we will explain. Now that thin layer, it behaves like a stretched membrane, like you have seen in tabla. The membrane is stretched very thin, the leather is stretched into membrane and then it is tied. Like that only, the surface of the water or surface of the liquid behaves like a membrane under tension. It will behave like a stretched membrane. Okay, as long as that membrane is intact, nothing will enter the water. Se membrane ta jedri je hatini kichi pani bhitor ku jai paribo nahi. Once you break that membrane, then things can enter inside the water. Okay, like the pin, its density is more than water, but still when we put it slowly, it floats on the water because that surface tension, that film is not ruptured, that film is intact, that's why it's floating. But when you will apply pressure, there will be a rupture in the film that is କ'ଣ ହେଇଗଲା ମାନେ ସେ ଭିତରକୁ ଢୁକିବ, it will go inside. Clear? Now let's see why this surface tension occurs. Generally it occurs because of cohesion and adhesion forces, mainly because of cohesive forces, because of the attraction of the molecules inside the liquid particles, liquid molecules. Okay, so mainly it happens because of cohesion. Okay, let's see what happens. Suppose this is your, let's say water surface. The beaker is filled with water. Now let us take a point here. Let's say this is A, another point B, and another point here on the surface C. Now this A molecule, it is surrounded by other water molecules from every direction. So basically the attraction force that we will get from upwards will be equal to downwards, and likewise every force will be opposite and equal. So this molecule force distribution is balanced. It will be there only. It won't try to go up, it won't try to come down, it won't try to go left or right. It is balanced, right? So this is the status of A. Now let's see what happens at B. At B you can see that the number of molecules, it is also surrounded by liquid molecules, water molecules, whatever liquid we have taken, it is surrounded by that molecules. But here okay, here also left right okay, but downward direction here see, this is a little bit low, right? So the amount of attraction towards downward direction is more in comparison to that towards upward direction. Okay, so basically this molecule will feel a little bit downward direction. It will want to go downward. It will feel a little bit of downward pull. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see. Okay, this one will cancel out, but this one, and this one. You can see that these forces are not balanced at all, because here there are air molecules or gas molecules. Okay, so basically these forces are not balanced. So the molecule will feel a net resultant force in the downward direction. Why downward direction? Suppose you will resolve these two forces also. Downward, okay, downward. These two will cancel out, but there is no force to cancel these two forces. Even if there is some force in the upward direction, it will be negligible, very small. Okay, so basically that's why I said that there is a net downward pull in the downward direction. Okay, so basically what happens, the molecule will try to go down. The molecule will definitely try to go down, but there is no space for it. Then there is no space for it. So this molecule, this is not the only molecule, all the molecules on the surface, they will try to go down in the downward direction, but there is no space for it. So what will happen? Now those molecules will behave like a, means the upper layer, they will sit down there and they will behave like a membrane under tension. That is your surface tension. Are you clear? Or anyone has any doubt? Any doubts? Okay. So first of all, let's write down the definition of surface tension. Write down. It can be defined as the tensile force. It can be defined as the tensile force acting on the surface of a liquid, acting on the surface of a liquid acting on the surface of a liquid in contact with a gas, in contact with a gas, in contact with a gas, or between the surface of two immiscible liquids. Two immiscible liquids माने the liquids which won't mix together, like oil and water. Okay. Or between the surface of two immiscible liquids in such a manner that the liquid behaves like a membrane, membrane under tension. Full stop. Okay, you have drawn this diagram. Next, we will study surface tension for three cases. One for liquid droplet, another one for bubble, another one for liquid jet. Let's see what happens. One more fact, surface tension is denoted by sigma. Okay. Now, in case of liquid droplet, let's say this is your liquid droplet. Why have I drawn it in a spherical manner? Why not? Let's say this is your liquid droplet. Yes. That is also because of surface tension. See, whenever you throw, suppose there is vacuum and you are throwing it in zero gravity, you are throwing water. Now you will throw the water like this. Let's say like this. But after some time, it will become like this. Why? Because of surface tension. Because all the molecules will be trying to go inside. Okay, and this is the only possible shape in which they can stay in equilibrium. Right? So let's say this is your water droplet. This is your water droplet, and there is surface. This is your air. Inside there is water. Okay. Now let me cut this droplet in half to make you understand. Let me cut this droplet in half. Okay. This is one half of that droplet. Now, how many forces are acting on it? Okay. First, because of pressure will be acting like this on the surface. Okay, and surface tension will be acting on the perimeter. No, surface tension will act on the outer perimeter and pressure will act on the entire surface. Now for pressure the force will be what? We know pressure is equal to force by area.
Yes.
Force will be pressure into area.
Area.
So let's say pressure is P and area is how much? Now pi by 4 into d square.
D square.
Right. Now here sigma is your what? Surface tension, and it is acting on the perimeter.
Perimeter.
So that is equal to how much? Sigma into whole perimeter pi d.
ID.
Now for the liquid droplet to be in equilibrium, these two forces should be equal. So equal. Now let's see what happens.
Sigma.
This implies this pi will cancel out. This d and square will cancel out. Then here we get pi d by 4 is equal to sigma. This implies I can write P is equal to 4 sigma by d. So here is the formula. So sigma will be equal to P d by 4 like this. Clear?
Yes, yes.
So this is in case of liquid droplet. Now suppose there is a soap bubble. Soap bubble. Now liquid droplet is round. Soap bubble is also round. What is the difference? What is the difference between liquid droplet and soap bubble? Okay, let's say this is your soap bubble. Let's say this is your soap bubble. So what is the difference between that soap bubble and your water droplet? Exactly. What happens now in water droplet, outside you have air, inside you have water, but in bubble, in soap bubble, what happens? Inside also there is air. Alright. Now, for this to stay in equilibrium, there inside also there is air and outside also there is air. In both sides there is air. So surface tension is acting on the top layer also, on the bottom layer also. Pressure will be there. So here P into pi by 4 d square is equal to 2 sigma into pi d. Why 2 sigma pi d? Pressure is okay. Pressure is acting on the entire surface. Okay, suppose I will cut this in half. Then pressure is acting on the entire surface. Then P into pi by 4 d square is okay. But why 2 here? 2 sigma into pi d? Because the layer is very thin, so that change of diameter is negligible. But there are two surface tensions, one in the outer, another one is inner. So that's why we have written 2 sigma into pi d. So here also see sigma, so pi cancels out and d and square is gone. This implies P d by 4 is equal to 2 sigma. Okay. This implies P is equal to 8 sigma by see just double of liquid droplet. Okay, these formulas just you will have to remember. This problem will be there, we will solve it. Everyone has written? Right or right? Everyone done? Okay. Let's do a problem. Okay, everyone write down the question. The surface tension of water. The surface tension of water in contact with air, in contact with air at 20 degree centigrade, at 20 degree centigrade is 0.0725, is 0.0725 Newton per meter. Full stop. The pressure inside a droplet, the pressure inside a droplet of water is to be 0.02 Newton per centimeter square, Newton per centimeter square, greater than the outside pressure, full stop, greater than the outside pressure, full stop. Calculate the diameter, calculate the diameter of the droplet of water, calculate the diameter of the droplet of water. Full stop. I am repeating once again. The surface tension of water in contact with air at 20 degree centigrade is 0.0725 Newton per meter. The pressure inside a droplet of water is to be 0.02 Newton per cm square greater than the outside pressure. Calculate the diameter of the droplet of water. This one is a very easy question. Just like put the formula and get the answer type. So first of all, write down what is given, what is your given data and what is being asked. कौन दिया है ची और कौन मांगी ची. After you are clear on what's been given and what is asked, you can put your formula and get your answer. Someone please help me with given that. What is given in the question? Yes, pressure. How much? You will write the entire thing. Pressure, comma P. How much? 0.0725 Newton per. Pressure cannot be Newton per meter. Newton per meter is the unit of surface tension. What you are saying is wrong. Actually, it will be sigma, I think. Surface tension is given Newton per meter, 0.0725 Newton per meter. Is it? Pressure is how much? 0.02 centimeter square. Okay. Then what else? Nothing. It is asking for what? D. It is asking for D. So basically you have your surface tension and pressure and it is asking for D. What is the formula for liquid droplet? Just now we have seen formula for liquid droplet. P is equal to 4 sigma by B. See, sigma is given, D is given. We will have to calculate this. D. Okay. Let's see. First of all, every unit should be in SI. Since P is in Newton per centimeter square, this will not do. We will have to change it into Newton per meter square. कि मैंने हमें जहाँ सॉल्व करेगा SI नहीं सॉल्व करेगा. that is equal to how much? 0.02 into 10 to the power. How much shall I write to make it Newton per meter square? 10 to the power 4. Who said 4? Right. 10 to the power 4. See what students do mistake here. For centimeter square to meter square, we will into 10 to the minus 4. Generally, we do 10 to the minus 4. But here centimeter square is in denominator. So when it will go up, the minus will become what? Plus. 80 जेहेतु सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर टा तळरे अछि तो जते बेले से ऊपर जीवो माइनस टा प्लस सो 0.02 into 10 to the 4 newton per meter square. Now put your formula. We know that for a liquid droplet, P is equal to 4 sigma by D. This implies D is equal to 4 sigma by P. That is equal to 4 into what is your sigma? 0.0725 divided by P. What is your P? 0.02 into 10 to the power 4. Please calculate. What is the answer? $58. Now, calculate once again. Calculate. That may be possible 1 point. Let me see. 0.02. One point 45 into 10 to the minus 3. 1.45. So D is equal to 1.45 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. That is equal to 1.45 mm. This is your diameter. Kindly check the answer. Yes, what is the answer? Yes. 1.45 mm. Yes. So let's do another problem. Write down another one. Find the surface tension. Find the surface tension in a soap bubble. SOAP. In a soap bubble of 40 mm diameter. Of 40 mm diameter. When the inside pressure is 2.5, Newton per meter square above atmospheric pressure, above 2.5 Newton per meter square above atmospheric pressure. Calculate. Okay, what is given? Diameter. How much? 40. 40. Okay, then. Pressure how much? 2.5 Newton per meter square. Meter square, oh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, this is in SI unit. This is not in SI unit. Change it. 40 into 10 to the power minus 3. 40 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So what is the formula for soap bubble? For soap bubble, P is equal to how much? 8 sigma by D. So D you have in the question, P you have in the question, you will have to find out what? Sigma. You will have to find out sigma. So sigma will be how much? Sigma is equal to P into D by 8. What is your P? 2.5. What is your D? 40 into 10 to the power minus 3 by 8. Calculate. Hmm?
0.0129.
Okay na? So this is all about your surface tension. We have discussed the definition. We have discussed the formulas and also the unit of surface tension. Next we will be reading about capillarity. What is capillarity? Have you ever heard of this term, capillarity? In the next class we will be discussing capillarity.